Case statements, not in the court, but in SQL. Today we're talking about the case statements. Let's go. Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about the case statement, and we're going to be walking through some syntax of case statement and also walking through some real life use cases. So basically a case statement helps us to state or specify conditions and what you want your output to be when those conditions are basically met. So some conditions need to be met before your case statement gives you an output. That's basically a case statement for you. So I know it may not really make much sense to you like that, but let's just start there. So we have our employee demographics table here. Let's specify some columns that we want. So let's say the first name. Let's talk about the last name. Let's do age, and then let's run this, see what it gives us. Don't really need to be selecting all of that, but this is our output, and let's clean this up a bit. Let's see where age is not null. Where age is not null. Alright, so we do have a first name that is null, but in our use case, we're going to do something about it. Alright, so we have our three columns: first name, last name, and age. So let's start writing our case statement. So we're going to basically say case when age is greater than 30, then what do we want to return? Then we'll say then return, or let's say old. Let's say old. When the age is greater than 30, return old. If it is not, then we'll say else should be returned as young. And then let's end this. We actually need to end it and say we're done. Alright, so this is our output, and basically we can see from our output here. Let's order by age. Order by age. It should give us a much cleaner output. Oh yeah, so we have this. Ages 25 to 30 are young because of the first case statement, which says when the age is greater than 30, we should call them old. So all else young. So anybody that falls under from the age of 30 downwards are called young, are regarded as young, and anyone that is above 30 is regarded as old. So this is the first case statement. We can also make other additional statements. Say when age between 29 and 30, then it should return young. Then else, let's just give it baby. Let's run this. And yes, we can see that from here the first condition was met, which is anybody above the ages of 30 should be returned as old. And so we have 31 from Peter Solo all the way down to 45 for Zuma. And then the second statement says when the age are in between 29 and 30, so 29 and 30, all will be returned as young. Now, anyone else should be known as baby, which is for Ife Olua. She's actually 25 years of age, so everything is returned as baby. And we can actually give this table a name and say age bracket. Alright, so if we run this, just call it age bracket and name it. So let's get into some use case and see what we can do. Alright, so for our first use case, let's imagine HR was tasked to actually categorize all employees based on high performance, average performance, and needs to improve. And the basis of which he's going to use that is actually by their salaries. So what he will do, what HR will do, will actually be come to SQL and let's first of all get rid of this. So of course he wants to use their first name, last name. He also needs their job title, and also need their salary. Alright, so from this we know that we're going to definitely join these tables together because we also need the demographics and the salary table. Alright, so joining these two tables together. Alright, so the tables have been joined together, and then all we just need to do is to run the case statement. So the case statement is going to be case when salary greater than 60,000, then it to be returned as current high performance. Okay. Second, when salary, just like we did before, between 40,000, made a mistake, between 40,000 and 60,000, then return average performance. Average performance, else we'll call this need improvement. All right. Stay there and then end. All right, and let's give it a name, and as performance, let's just call it level. All right. Okay, I need a comma here. And I guess we're good to go. Let's run this. All right, so this is our output, and from here I think we need to order by. Let's order by salary. Let's order by salary. All right, so from here we can see ordering by salary. Should we do it? Let's do it descending order. Descending order. Oh, descending order. All right. Running this again, I have to stop highlighting this. Just need to press it. So we have the manager, assistant manager, and the first sales person, which is Eric Simper, having a higher performance based on their salary. And then we have the second sales person, accountant Sarah, the HR himself, and also Peter Solo, who's also a salesman. Okay, and actually Ifeoluwa being the average, but the low earners who needs to be improved are the receptionist, which is John Bosco, and also Zuma, who doesn't have a first name and probably needs to be updated. All right, so this is a use case scenario in a situation where the employees are being grouped or categorized, just like the first example that we did. So it's actually a use case where you can categorize employees based on their performance level. And even with this performance level, you can go as far as also improving their salaries. So if you know that, okay, the high performers, if let's say the company did well, the high performers actually needs to be given bonus, and then followed by the average performers, and then the ones that needs to improve. Of course, their bonuses are not going to be the same. So since they are high performers for the first one, they are going to have more. And then let's even just try it out and see. So let's remove this and say if when the salary is greater than 60,000, then let's say the salary times dot 10. Okay, let's say when the salary is between 40,000 and this, so let's say salary times 0.05. Okay, just a 5% raise. Let's put a 0 here, and else anyone else should have a salary multiplied by, let's give it a 0.02. That's 2% increase. And let's run this. I have to stop doing it. I don't know why I keep forgetting. And from here you can see these are their main salaries. All right, so for the high performers, basically they get an upgrade of 10%, which is the manager, assistant manager, and the first salesperson. The rest were average, I think, all the way down to the supply relation, which got an increment of 5%, and then an increment of 2% for the receptionist and the security. So from Elizabeth Sunday, which is the manager. She got a 10% raise, and then you see that she's having a raise of 7,500. So 7,500, we can actually add it up together and say, salary. Oops. You can say salary plus, and then open parentheses, and then close parentheses. We can do the same for here and say salary, open parentheses. I need to put a plus, open parentheses, and close parentheses. And finally, we have salary. You can still say salary plus, made a mistake again, open parentheses, and then close parentheses. Let's run this. Alright, so now it's giving us a cumulative total. Initially, what we just did was just to add a 10%, knowing the 10% of 75,000, which is 7,500. But now it's been added total to the 75%, and then we have 82,500 for Elizabeth Sunday. So she's cashing out big. Tankot White, assistant manager, is cashing out big also, from 65,000 to 71,500 with the 10% raise. And then Eric Simpa, the third person, going home with a big bag with 69,300. So this basically some use case for the case statement. You can think of other use cases or practice some more and get your hands really on this to see how well you can do better on using the use cases. So if you really enjoy this content and you feel it was really educative, please do well to smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and I'll see you all on the next one.